Hey Geeks, it's Geek Speak TV here live at Stanley's Comic-Con. We just finished our panel. One of our amazing panel guests was the beautiful, the talented Melissa Doss Diwa. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. You guys make me feel so special.
You are special, man. You got some awesome skills.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
How are your nunchuck skills?
Lacking. I was like, I'm pretty sure I can make nunchucks for a puppet or a creature, but I definitely would be ill-equipped.
Oh yeah, so if you don't know, Melissa makes creatures. She's a creature creator. She makes puppets for not only Jim Henson's workshop, but a lot of projects with them. Tell us all about it.
So I've done, since I was on the Jim Henson's Creature Shop Challenge, I've had the pleasure of working with them on several projects. There was this one called Oscar's Hotel, and that had everything from an octopus chef to a hermit crab person and a unicorn who shot a rainbow disco gun. Yeah, just all kinds of craziness.
So speaking of craziness, what is the craziest request? Because we're talking about nunchucks for puppets.
Yes.
What is the craziest puppet you've had requested from you so far? You did something called indie work, right?
Yes, I have done a little bit of independent work. Gosh, it's so hard to gauge what is actually crazy. I feel like
when you're with it, you're just shaking your head like, I can't believe I'm making this. I went to school for this.
Yeah. Okay, so this is super on the down low.
Yeah, we'll put it on the internet, but okay.
Yeah. Don't tell anyone, guys.
Internet, keep it quiet.
I had, when it was very first starting out, I had this job that even my boss wouldn't tell anybody about, and I had to do this head for this. It was essentially a mammy doll, and I was like, oh man, like when we worked on it too, I was in the back room, nobody.
What was it?
It was like a mammy doll.
A mammy doll from Gone with the Wind?
Yeah, but super stylized character, something that you would never want to put in your portfolio, never want to show anyone.
Extremely offensive.
Extremely offensive.
Probably back in the day they would call it pickaninny.
Yes, that's exactly.
From a folk art perspective, I think that's.
Yeah.
People collect those. It's totally weird.
And it was for a company actually over in England, and I think maybe they have a different sense of. And I was just so poor, just starting out something. And I was like, well, as long as we're not gonna tell anybody, I don't have to put it in my portfolio. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, but now it's all over the internet, so.
So now you know, kids, that there's some work out there that you just have to do sometimes.
Yeah, but I will have to say this. It was terrible. I've never put it in my portfolio, but I did it to the best of my ability, and it came out exactly as the client wanted it.
So you did your job.
I did my job.
Hey, that's Doctor Who.
That's just randomly pointing to people who are walking by our booth.
Normally that guy's wearing a Doctor Who costume.
Oh, really?
Well, so he's diversifying his cosplay.
Yeah.
He's just not wearing a costume.
He's not wearing a costume. He could be a homicidal maniac.
It's true. They look like everyone.
That's so true.
People don't know unless they've ever seen us do a panel together. Melissa and I went to college together, and then just randomly ran into each other in San Diego. I mean, we were both there for Comic-Con.
Yeah, but it's not like we planned to meet up or knew that each other was there. So
Yeah,
it kind of was random.
Sure. I mean, except, we were both in the industry in a way.
And we both
kind of, I think barely,
Facebook.
really, yeah.
That was the craziest thing, though, is going back from, back in the day when I was just doing theatrical makeup and working with Patrick on Hamlet. And so then to think of where we are now in comparison is kind of a crazy thing.
You guys have come a long way in geek, for sure.
Yeah.
Patrick's won.
Come such a long way since you were back when you were playing Hamlet. Oh, playing the greatest role written in the English language.
It's true.
Where were you playing Hamlet, though?
Huh?
Where was Hamlet showing?
Pasadena City College.
That's actually a really good
I mean,
theater company.
Yeah. I mean, that's a crazy thing. If you take classes at a community college in Los Angeles, you're going to walk in and your teacher, you're like, oh, I recognize him from Top Gun. I recognize him from Star Trek. I mean, because they're all working actors for the decades and decades who all have these extensive backgrounds in theater and whatever.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's an amazing place, and especially when you think about like a junior college too. Like there's so much that is offered there at such an affordable price by comparison. It's amazing.
I've talked to so many headhunters too that say that the college you go to does not matter. Like they don't ever rate it to the college that you can go to. If you can do the job, you've got the skills.
Yeah.
I mean, if you say you went to Pasadena City College, though, people in the industry know what that means because they work there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I studied mime at Pasadena City College and started booking jobs a week after the first day of class.
Because you're studying from the best available.
Yeah.
And I was a real natural. Let's not sell that part. As soon as Whitney was like, wow, you're a natural, I was like, well, when I get home from the first day of class, I am looking for jobs on Craigslist and applying. And I booked something like within a week. Did you ever see a commercial for the Los Angeles Bureau of Tourism? I'm the mime outside of Grauman's Chinese Theater exhibition and all that stuff.
The one lesson I think I'm walking away with from our panels and our interviews today is that you just got to do the work. You start off small and just do the work, and eventually you'll find your stride. Things that come together for you.
When I was, I also went to school at Northeastern Oklahoma State, random, whoever heard of it or whatever, but they offered a puppetry minor.
Really?
And like almost nobody does. Because the head of the humanities department, like coincidentally, was president of the National Puppetry Association. And he was like, I'm making a program. It's an alternative theater minor, and it was amazing.
That's so cool.
I was going to say that when you're talking about, earlier we were talking about how puppet stages are done high enough for tall actors to hide behind while they manipulate. I mean, we did that a lot. It was awesome. Because you had to take stagecraft and set design as part of the puppetry minor. So you'd be able to build those. It was just really fun.
That's the best part, is learning to do all those different aspects of it. And I wouldn't have been able to do that had I gone to a different type of college. Like at PCC, I was able to go and do set building and props and costume and makeup and all of those things, and essentially play around with it while I was learning.
Which is all pretty funny because to just meet you and see you and talk to you, you look and sound and very much like you could be an actress or that you're primarily a performer.
I started out with that love of theater, but then it transitioned to the fact that I loved the transformation so much, and so I loved costuming and I loved makeup effects, and that to me ended up being more rewarding.
But your skills as a performer had to have helped a lot on like a reality TV show based on like your artistic and technical skills.
Hugely so, because I was the only one who was not completely like gun shy when the cameras came out. Because when we were on the show, when they were filming Jim Henson's Creature Shop Challenge, at any one point we would literally have 15 cameras on us.
Wow.
So then to be building and to do things and to have these cameras swarm around you and be waiting for you to like screw up is insane. And so to be able to like keep that down and be like, I'm still smiling even though I just burned myself.
And I'm sure that creature makers and foam fabricators aren't necessarily the most extroverted people in the world.
That's the crazy part about it, is they were wanting to film all this behind the scenes stuff of people who are behind the scenes for a reason. That their skills lay in like the talents that they can do and manipulate with their hands, and not in being like this extroverted like personality.
I wonder if they thought about that in the production office like later, like, hey you guys, we're having a hard time. These guys are really introverted.
Yeah,
they play with dolls indoors.
They're mostly in the dark in the garages or basements. Like, how are we gonna make this work?
I wonder. That's gotta be funny. Like Beauty and the Geek, I bet you was a funny show to work on. It's like these are two polar opposites. What are we doing?
But that show, I mean, the guy, it wasn't, those guys were like theater majors that went to Harvard and were in like bar bands that only played songs about Star Wars. like I mean, they were. I mean, they were cool guys.
I'm dateable. What's up with that?
They had to get.
I don't see any geeks here.
They had to get like cool, like a few cool, good-looking ones.
Yeah.
To make it real. I mean, there were some like real big, like strange, awkward guys on there that you knew were gonna wash out quick. But those other guys had to like tone it down and pretend to be geekier than they were.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of a sham.
All the editing.
Dude, that pickup artist show on VH1 with that dude D-Bag Mystery, the game. That was the biggest. I saw one of those guys. He's like does the tour at Universal Studios. Like
Really?
he's nothing like he was on the show at all.
Oh, that's too funny.
I got on to do it and I was like, dude, you're Joe Koo, the potato gamer that lives in the basement. And he was like, that's just an acting gig, bro.
Oh my god.
And I was like, I just moved here too. And I was like, you are screwing my world.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
The illusion is broken.
But it's also, if you watch a bunch of those game shows, I remember when I still lived in Missouri, I was like, wait, these are all the same contestants on the next bus and Don't Date My Mom and whatever.
Oh my
And then
gosh,
at Pasadena City College, after the play where I played Hamlet, Jesse, which was on all these game shows and America's Most Smartest Model, was there, like seeing the play with some actor friend that he had.
That's funny.
He was like, that was great, man. And I was like, hey, I know you from like 5 different shows. And none of them were supposed to be fiction.
Yeah, exactly. It's all supposed to be real.
And he was like, in real life, I'm gay.
And another lesson to be learned: don't believe everything you see on TV.
It's just funny because everybody you go and it's like, do you want to audition for a show? And it's like I auditioned for a show called Bromance. It was Brody Jenner's reality show that was supposed to seem like Entourage for real. I went thinking that I was auditioning to play the fictional role of a life coach on some show MTV was producing. And they were like, well, it's a reality show. And I was like, oh. I'm like not a life coach. And they were like, no, we just need you to pretend to be a life coach. Just play one. And I was like, okay.
This is reality TV.
Am I talking to people that need actual help?
Yeah, you're like, I don't feel comfortable with that.
I mean, I don't know if that's against the Hippocratic Oath because life coaching kind of seems like it's not real to begin with. You know what I mean?
Life coaching really is giving. I mean, no offense, life coaching, but it's giving advice based on
life experience.
I don't care if I offend life coaches. Bring it on!
That's not our audience.
Yeah, many life coaches around. No, for real.
I like improvised. Basically, just talking about improv, but not calling it improv. Just support each other and whatever the hell. But they were like, so this is Brody Jenner. Do you know who he is? And I was like, no. And he was like, he's on the hills. And I was like, I don't know what that is.
I still don't know what that is.
He's Bruce Jenner's son.
Oh.
Who is now Caitlyn Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Who is now
okay.
Caitlyn.
But wasn't at all at the time.
So he's a bastard now?
No.
Technically he is.
And I was like, I know who Bruce Jenner is. He's the male lead in the Village People movie, Can't Stop the Music.
Is he really?
What?
Yes. Yeah,
it was a Village People movie, first of all.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's cool because within the reality of the movie, the guy writing all the Village People songs, who's just a struggling songwriter, is Steve Guttenberg.
What? This is a Steve Guttenberg movie?
But it's like they had to create a second. They were like, you know what? This Olympic guy's on the Wheaties box. We gotta get him into a movie. He can't act at all, and he's weird looking, but still.
He's a little awkward, that
and
guy.
it's so awkward.
Yeah, 30 years later. Now we know why.
Yeah. Well, Melissa, if people want to learn more about where to find you, what you're doing, before we leave her so she can go have her own adventure wandering around the con, she gets stopped by like sci-fi fans too and gets her picture taken.
It's super flattering because I know in the grand scheme of things, I'm like, I'm not really anybody.
That's not true.
We talked about it.
But yeah, if you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Instagram and Twitter at MelissaMadFX.
And we spelled it right, so
yes,
if you're
it's all
reading it, it's right there.
And also I have like a skeleton of a website that's coming together. But I'm also going to be at DesignerCon next month in November, selling a lot of cool creatures that I've made, and so you can find me there. And
you should call it. The website should be called Skeleton of a Website.
Skeleton of a Website.com.
And then you can create a latex skeleton.
You know what? I should make a skeleton monster and just have it.
So his first name is Skeleton, his middle name is Ova, and his last name is Website.
Website.
Well, that's great.
Well, thank you, Melissa, for coming out.
Thank you so much, Melissa. It's been great. I hope I see you again before Kamikaze next year.
Right? Actually, I have a monster I have to make.
Hey, Riddler.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for watching, and make sure you guys check it out. Check us out. Subscribe to our channel if you're watching right now, and see you guys later.
Bye.